And we're back. Week 3 now. Wow. Time sure does fly when you're being quarantined, doesn't it? Let's see, what's new this week? So this week was my first week of full social distancing. I realized how wrong I was for going out and even in those smaller moments and just hanging out with the same people. I've just decided not to. I'm not going to risk it. You know, I've got 2 brothers with really bad respiratory illnesses. Like, I myself also have a respiratory illness. So it could be potentially fatal for me, but they are constantly in and out of the hospital even without a pandemic going on. And I don't want to risk me being the cause of pain to them.
Yeah. Wait, what are you doing? Stop. No.
Today, I'm supporting the old family business by wearing our Vita Construction merch, which is available in the description. No, I'm just kidding, it's not. Turns out I have 2 little brothers. Another one named Nicholas. Didn't even know the kid.
You haven't been taking care of your sunflower, dude.
Bro, you have to water it every day.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
Nick, be like...
You're a murderer.
But we finished Stranger Things, and I think I got a reaction clip of my mom finally, so here's that.
A lo caliente.
And it was a pretty emotional ending for season 3 for the Vita family. A lot of tears were shed, not by yours truly. I mean, come on, I'm a man. I don't cry that much, and I already cried the first time I watched it, so I wasn't gonna cry again that much. My little sister bawled at Hopper's death, which was really interesting because the only other time, she's the littlest one, she's 5. The only other time she's bawled that much was for Mufasa's death, so I think there's a thing with her and father figures.
Turn around. Look at what you see in her face. The mirror of your dream. You guys gotta sing, otherwise it sounds really bad because I suck. I know deep your secrets will fall behind the clouds. And there upon the rainbow is the answer to a never-ending story.
We just watched, I had to babysit my siblings yesterday, and we watched Herbie Fully Loaded because I hadn't seen that in a minute. It's...
Oh, it's magic. You know, never believe it's not so. It's magic, you know.
It's okay, isn't it? It sure is a movie that came out in 2005. But then we watched another great movie, which I recommend all of you go see, that also came out in 2005 called Sky High, which is a really fun, campy superhero movie. And that surprisingly holds up. It was one of the first movies I watched when I came to the US. And then another interesting thing that's happened is so far we've had 2 birthdays in my family during this quarantine.
That's a photo.
No, it's a camera.
Smile. Yeah, it is a camera. What's today, Emily?
My birthday.
How old are you? 75? You look like you're 40 at least.
No, I don't.
Happy birthday, Emily.
Happy birthday, Emily.
Does it suck to have your birthday during COVID-19?
Yes.
Yeah, why?
Because...
You're beautiful.
What did you just say?
I said Emily to say it's beautiful.
Emily, are you beautiful?
Yeah.
Why does it suck to have your birthday during the COVID pandemic?
Because it feels really lonely.
Oh, okay, so we're just like trash?
No!
Okay, F you. You look like a monkey, and you smell like one too.
Yeah, I officially am dashing for DoorDash now, as well as Postmates. So thanks, DoorDash, for hiring me. Love it, guys.
New DoorDash Dasher coming at ya soon. I had a delivery for Red Robin, and it was really interesting because they had their whole dining room shut down, so they limited how much you can walk into the store. It was literally it was almost like when you get off an airplane, and it was like that terminal kind of they guided me to a certain spot, and they have the orders, and it's very limited contact. So that was interesting to see. I'm back at that, my deliveries brought me back to that mall that I talked about last week, and I thought maybe I'd give you all a look at what I meant. Also, correction, I think last week I talked about how was the emptiest I'd seen this mall in the 18 years that I've lived in Utah. I have not lived here 18 years. I don't know why I said that. I came here when I was 7, so if I'm 20, I've lived here 13 years. So correction, because my little brother Chris called me out on it. But this is the mall that I was talking about. It looks like it might still be running because there's some cars here. I don't talk to the people that I work here, where I worked last year anymore, but it looks like some of the stores might be operational still. But it's just interesting because even on a Monday, it's super full. Look at this. Look at that. It just looks like it could be a Sunday, which this place is closed on Sundays, which is why I say that. This is Provo Center Street right here for any non-Utah folks. There's the New Skin building. Not a pretty bad side. I just come up here and wait for the call to come on through. But this place is usually pretty full of people, I'd say. Oh yeah, don't mind the weed whacker in the back. But no, not today. Pretty empty. I know it's the weekend, but still, kind of weird. There's that Mormon temple up there. And there's the mountains. Oh look, there's the Y for BYU. Why does anyone go to that school? Nah, I'm just kidding, they're alright.
It's really interesting to see how corporations and businesses are handling it. Restaurants now, a lot of the restaurants I've been to aren't even letting you go in. I went to a Panda Express, and before I could even open the handle, somebody was out, asked me what I was there to do, verified, and then gave it to me. Like they're like really getting strict on taking as many preventive measures as they can, which I appreciate. You don't want to get corona from your food. I don't know if that's the thing. Read the CDC thing. I didn't.
This looks really dramatic. It's like we're playing poker. The stakes are high.
I was in the city and I was near their old high school, and their track was completely full of people running, exercising, like playing football and soccer. And that's great, fine and dandy, way to stay active during this whole pandemic. I go on a run every morning, but I make sure it's no one's outside. I do my best to not interact with other people. But they were acting like it was some sort of summer day of fun, and everybody was just out there just completely throwing guidelines out the fucking window. And it was like, what is going on? Like, it's just been interesting to see how many people I've been driving in Provo and Orem just don't seem to be giving a about this whole situation, and maybe they're thinking they're not going to get infected, or it's not going to affect them as negatively as it is going to affect other people. Doesn't matter if you think that. Doesn't matter if you feel you're invincible. Why don't you try to help out the other people who aren't invincible, okay?
Yeah, they were in the middle of renovations before this whole thing started. And now these have just been sitting like this, waiting until they can get back to work. And literally it was just our set of townhomes that needed to get finished. Very cool.
Another way that this has affected me is my friend Mason has to ship me a lot of stuff from my dorm, because now our classes have gone completely online and I can't go to Iowa to move my stuff back home until at least the first week of May, when it's the move out dates. But right now they're not letting anybody that's not already on campus back on campus, and he's had to, thankfully before this all happened, he got some of my stuff out. Okay, guys, let's be safe. Let's be smart. Let's keep our heads on. Let's stay informed. Listen to the experts. They know more than you. Karen, I don't care if you heard that it's not that bad from your neighbor whose cousin is a doctor at some damn hospital. When the CDC tells you to follow social distancing guidelines, when they tell you to stay indoors, when they tell you to use masks and this and that, do it! And to the people that are still hoarding resources and masks and toilet paper and all that, although the stores are getting better, stop it! The f*** is wrong with you? Knock it off!
Our favorite Chinese place. What's it called, Chris?
Hunan City. Wait, I mean Hunan City.
Hunan City. Please support your local businesses.
You can see I'm starting to unravel a little bit. I'm losing sense of time and my sanity a bit. But yeah, guys, come on. Let's just be smart. Let's just keep our heads on during this time. As always, that seems to be the prevalent lesson throughout this entire series, is keep your heads on and stay calm and use common sense. But, end of the video message. Laugh hard. Love strongly during this time. Love, love, love strongly. Check up on your friends, on your family, those that you can't be around. Don't go check up on them, but call them up. FaceTime them, Zoom call them, or whatever it is. Just make sure everyone is staying safe. Make sure you're checking up on your loved ones. Make sure you let them know that you appreciate them, because these are, these are troubled times. These are testing times. Things are uncertain and they're rocky. And now more than ever, we need to laugh hard, love strongly, and be kind. More importantly than anything else, be kind. Stay human. Don't lose your humanity, people, all right? Because then when we do, then that's when things really go bad. And stay inside and stay informed. I'll see you next week. Take care, everybody.